Welcome, my friend, to this short video presentation. We're going to be discussing how you can stop the auction of your property, whether it's a foreclosure auction or a tax sale auction. Even if you don't have the money, if you don't have an attorney, if you don't have any resources, this video is for you. Now, let's dive right into it. Before we do that, quick disclaimer. All of the information in this video is for educational purposes only, informational purposes. Okay, none of this should be taken as legal advice, financial advice. This is not a solicitation of any sort. Okay, we're simply presenting information for you to make a decision on. Okay, now, to be clear as well, we are not a nonprofit. We are not a charity. We are a business, and as a business, we do seek to make a profit by providing solutions to problems for people. Okay. So what a business does, provide solutions to those who need it and to those who want it. We are simply going to present a possible solution. It is not the only option that you have, but just keep that in mind, okay? We are in the business of making money. If that offends you, or if that turns you off in any sort of way, you can stop watching right now. Wanted to put that out there, okay? So how can you stop an auction? If you're watching this, you've probably received some sort of letter, maybe an email, maybe somebody referred you to this video, and either you or somebody you know has a property or properties that are at risk of going to a foreclosure auction. Or maybe it's a tax sale, or maybe it's a property that's gone to tax sale that's in a redemption period, okay? If you or somebody you know is in any of those circumstances, this video was created for you. Now, how can we help? What is our solution? We have a group of investors that can pay off your loan or reinstate your loan, bring it current. Or if you're dealing with delinquent property taxes, we can pay off your property taxes, redeem your property, so that the auction can be canceled. Okay, that is how you can stop a foreclosure auction or a tax sale auction, is pay off the debt or bring the debt current. Our investor resources, our investors' money can do that for you for a short period of time. Okay, so what that does for you is, number one, of course, it eliminates the risk of losing your home to foreclosure or tax sale. If the auction is canceled because the debt is now paid off, you are no longer at risk of losing your home. Make sense? It also eliminates any risk of you losing any equity, because if your home does go to an auction, you're going to lose a substantial amount of equity in your property. You're not going to have a foreclosure on your credit through our solution. You're not going to end up homeless. Okay, so those are some of the benefits that this solution offers you. Okay, does that make sense so far? I'm going to try to make this very brief and to the point. Now, what is the catch? Okay, in exchange for us paying off the debt, you're going to have to pay us back with a fixed premium amount. Okay, meaning that's like a flat rate. Premium is like a flat rate. It's not interest. It's a flat set amount. Okay, that's how we make money. That's how our investors make money. They loan money for whatever purpose, and they expect to receive their money back plus some. Okay, does that make sense? An example. Now, this is just a simple example. This doesn't represent any sort of offer that we would make to you or any sort of rate. It's just for illustration purposes. An example might be, maybe we pay off $10,000 worth of delinquent property taxes, and then over time we get paid back $15,000. Okay, that's just an example of simple numbers. Okay, that's not an offer or anything to you. Now, here's the thing. Approval of this solution is not dependent on your credit score. It's not dependent on your current employment status, and it's not dependent on how much money you make. Okay, whether or not we choose to offer a solution is solely based on the property that we are loaning on. Does that make sense? Okay, so the value of your property will determine whether or not we can provide a solution. Okay. In order for us to provide funds to pay off a mortgage or pay off delinquent taxes, you must be willing to pledge that property as security. Okay. We will not pay off any debts on a property that we do not have an ownership interest in. That's the big catch here. Okay. If you're not willing to pledge your property as collateral, we won't pay off any debts. We won't pay off mortgages. We won't pay off delinquent taxes. We will not stop the auction. That's the catch. Okay. So be aware of that. This solution is not for everyone. Okay. The benefit that we offer is time. Okay. I would imagine that if you're a homeowner, you're getting a ton of letters saying, sell your home fast, sell your home for cash, whatever. What we are providing is not money. I mean, we are providing money, but not to you. It goes towards the debt. And we give you time. Time for you to get your affairs in order, time for you to find a solution so that you can continue to live in your property and continue to own your property. Okay. We give you time to breathe without the fear of an auction and the fear of losing your home to an auction sale. That's the benefit here, another benefit. Now, here's the thing though. Again, this solution is not for everyone, okay? You have to ask yourself this question, okay? Bear with me one sec here. This is very important. Listen closely. If you're facing an auction, there's two paths that you get to choose from, okay? Path number one, do I want to keep my home? Or path number two, do I want to sell my home? Okay, those are really the two paths that you can choose from as a homeowner. Okay, now ask yourself this question. If I could bring my loan current, or if I could get current on my delinquent property taxes, can I continue to afford living in this property? Or maybe it's a property you inherited from somebody. Can you afford to owning that property? Because there's a cost to owning a home, right? If the answer is no to that question that I just presented, if the answer is no, I cannot afford to continue to own this home, even if the taxes were current, even if the loan was paid off, even if the mortgage was current, if the answer is no, you should probably sell that property. Okay. And you should get as much money as you can for that property. Okay. That's the bottom line. If you're in that boat, we could always give you an offer, but it's not going to be the highest offer. Okay. So we probably aren't the best solution for you if that's the scenario you're in. Now, if you're in the opposite scenario and the answer is yes, I can afford this property and I want this property, I want to keep this property, then we might be a good fit for you. Okay. So I just want to put that out there again. We're a solution for a certain type of person. Okay. If you can't afford the property, sell it, get as much money as you can for it. But if you're somebody that just got behind because something happened, maybe you went through a divorce, maybe you lost a job, maybe you had a medical emergency, maybe somebody in the family passed unexpectedly, whatever it was that just caused you to get behind, what we have found is that many people, they just need a chance to get caught back up and then they can continue moving forward. We're here for those people. They just need some help getting caught back up and then they can continue to afford to own that home. Okay. Is that clear? Does that make sense? Again, I've talked about this already. If you want to keep your home and you can afford to keep the home, great. If you can't afford to keep your home or you don't want the home, we may not be the best, but we'll provide you an offer if you want one. If you have watched thus far And if you feel that the solution I'm offering is somehow taking advantage of folks, or it is an unfair solution, if you now view me as some sort of leech or, you know, some despicable person taking advantage of folks, that is a sure sign that we're not a good solution for you. And you can stop watching this video now. Okay? Make sense? If you have gotten that feeling from me at all during this presentation, turn this recording off, throw our letter away. We're not going to bother you. We're only here for those who are interested. Okay? With that being said, we're not making any sort of promise to you. Even if we present a solution to you, we are not promising that we're going to save your home. We are not promising that you're going to be approved. Okay? The closer your auction date is, the less likely we're going to be able to help. Okay? The closer your auction comes, the less options you're going to have available to you, including this one. If you call us the day before, it is highly unlikely we're going to be able to help. Highly unlikely. Okay? The more time that you provide, the more solutions can be presented to you. The less time there is, the less opportunity for solutions. Does that make sense? Okay, so the longer you wait, the less options you're going to have. That's not me trying to create some sort of fear of loss or anything like that. That's just the reality. Like, I cannot help somebody who calls me less than 24 hours before an auction date. There's a chance, maybe a 1% chance I can help. I just want to make that very clear, okay? We're not guaranteeing anything here. So be aware of that as well. Another caveat, okay? If you're not able to pay us back within the time provided, you're probably going to have to sell your home eventually in order to pay us back. That's like the worst case scenario, right? Yeah, and you should ask that question. Well, if I take this solution, what happens if I can't pay back the money? Well, you're probably going to have to sell your home unless you can, get qualified for another loan or something like that. So be aware of that as well. The upside there is, worst case scenario, if you can't pay us back, at least you're able to live in the property longer than you would have had it gone to auction. Okay. Not only that, you're not going to have a foreclosure on your credit. So it's going to be easier for you to qualify for a loan down the road so that you can buy a new home, which is a good thing, of course. But be aware of that as well. That's kind of the worst case scenario. Okay. So and that's another reason why it's important to ask yourself, can I afford to continue to own this property? Can I afford to get a new loan down the road? Okay. Because you will probably have to get a new loan in order to pay us back. It's just the bottom line. The solution we provide is time. We give you more time and speed. Okay. We're not a bank. We are private lenders, individuals in the community. Okay. So we don't have to go through a bunch of paperwork or process to try to approve you as a person. We just look at the property. Is there value in the property? Okay, we can get this. We can pay off this debt. So we provide time and speed. But again, we're not a bank. And so eventually we expect to be paid back and quickly. Okay. We're talking 12 months max to give you a timeline. So be aware of that. We provide a short-term option so that you can find a long-term solution. Does that make sense? How does it work? 3 steps. We have a simple phone conversation or a Zoom conversation if you prefer, just to see if this is a good fit. All we need really is the address of the property that you need help with and the amount that you need to either pay off or bring current the mortgage or the delinquent taxes. Okay. That's step one. If you decide to move forward, we send you some paperwork to review. That's step two. And if you decide after that you want to continue, you complete the paperwork. We will pay the bank or the county directly to stop the auction. Okay. That's a 3-step process. Pretty straightforward. What do you do next? If you are still watching this and you want to learn more, want to discuss some options, there should be a link down below in either the comment section or the description of this video, or there might be a form on this page that you can fill out with your information, and you can schedule a time to talk with us. Okay. Also, here is a bonus for you. If you haven't yet received our free report showing you 3 ways to stop an auction, just text the word auction to this number on your screen. Okay. And we'll just send that over to you. Now, final thought, and we will end this video. If for some reason we're not able to provide a solution, or you choose not to go with us, or you go a different route, but for some reason your home sells at a foreclosure auction or a tax sale auction, get your camera or write this website down, overagerefunds.com. Okay. If your home sells because you're not able to find a solution to stop the auction, go to that website and see if you're eligible to collect a refund from the sale of your property. Okay, that's overagerefunds.com. It's right here on the screen. Take a picture of it or write that down, save that in the instance where you're unable to stop the auction, just as a backup plan. This is your plan B. Okay. Plan B, if you can't stop the sale, go to this website, see if you can get a refund from your foreclosure or tax sale. Okay. And that's it, guys. That's all I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Hope it was beneficial. I wish you the best in luck in whatever solution you go for. Okay. I hope it works out for you. What I have learned since being in this business since 2015 is that most folks, life just happens. Foreclosure is often not the result of irresponsibility. It is often the result of life and challenges that life gives us. We are all one life event away from facing foreclosure ourselves. That's what I've learned in this business. Whether it's divorce, losing a job, going through a medical emergency, losing a loved one, all of these things are a part of life. And all of these things are the main causes of somebody facing a foreclosure. And so what my goal is to provide a solution for those who want it so that they don't have to lose what they've worked so hard for at an auction, that they can keep it. And that's the goal here. So I appreciate you watching this. And I hope you're able to find a solution, whether it's with us or somebody else. Wish you the best of luck. And hey, if we helped in any way, let us know. Always like to hear those comments as well. Best of luck to you guys. Talk to you soon.